Coming up in this week's episode of Next in Line.
A lot of brides would have their teeth taken out. You know, horrible.
You need to do an impression.
I'm sure people have called me pasty before now. Hello, pasty. And apparently, if they take them off, they can't support their head.
Do you actually know that as a fact?
I think so. That's attractive, isn't it? So
Is it? So it's a plate they put in.
yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Welcome to Next in Line. I'm Sophie Cooper and I'm joined by my mum, Lesley Reynolds. On our podcast, we're talking everything beauty, aesthetics and running our clinic. This week, we're talking about beauty trends around the world.
Yes, I just want to say, darlings, that we don't take any money from anyone for this podcast. We are never sponsored. We don't get paid by any company to say their products are great. I'd never say anything was awful, but sometimes I don't mention it. But I never get paid to say anything is great or to promote it. So please, if you think that anybody would find our podcast interesting, please share it with your friends.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's one of those days again.
Ching. What are we drinking today?
We're drinking a nice little glass of Verve. I like Verve again. Do you? I went off it for a while, but actually I really like it. It's nice.
So what have you been up to this week, Mum?
Well, actually, I've had another really, really busy week. We went to the RA Awards at the Savoy on Monday, which was incredible. And then we had an open evening at the clinic on Tuesday, where Dr. Khan was talking about skin, how to get your skin to really good quality before you apply your Christmas makeup. We had the wonderful Ian McIntosh, the celebrity makeup artist, talking about a quick makeup for New Year and for Christmas, how you can take your daytime makeup into an evening makeup in 10 minutes. So he was incredible as well. And the lovely Kathy Costello talking about mineral makeup. So it was a lovely evening. Did you enjoy it?
I had such a good time.
Copious amounts of champagne.
Too much champagne. Too much champagne.
Too many bottles of champagne. So that was really lovely. And then on Wednesday, I went to a Cynosure event at Horizon 22, where they had dancing girls and a really good evening. That was really lovely as well. And then I believe on Friday you moved.
Yes. When you were going through the week, I was thinking, oh my God, it feels like the longest week of my life.
Yeah. Moving's quite a thing, really, isn't it?
Yes, we're in. So
they say, I just have to interject here and tell you, they say the most stressful things in your life obviously are death. Somebody dies, the most awful thing. Getting married, because the stress of wanting everything to be perfect, which never is, and you shouldn't even bother to try. And moving. So moving is just awful, because you pack everything up, you think you're going to be organised, you get there, where's the kettle? Do I have any sheets? Toilet roll?
I know, literally. And do you know what I find the craziest thing is everything's... So for moving, we need boxes. The boxes, they've made the boxes smaller.
Oh, have they?
So medium box now is about this big.
Joking.
No.
And very expensive.
And
I
really
expect,
expensive.
Yeah.
And then we were crushing them all. I thought, what a waste of money.
Yeah. You can recycle them, you know.
Well, I did recycle, but still.
Yeah. But even so, I think there is a place that you can put them online to say second-hand boxes, you know, even if you just give them away and people reuse them. Yeah.
I know, I thought it was such a waste of money.
It is, yeah. So you settled in now?
I think so. We're still, everything's a bit crazy, but it's lovely. It's got a really lovely feeling.
Has it?
Yeah. What did you think?
Well, I only popped in briefly.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to... I thought, shall I pop in or not? And I thought, well, I'm just going to pop in and say hello and here's a bunch of flowers. And I didn't want to stay because I know everything was everywhere, boxes everywhere. But it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, really, really lovely. And it's nice to move into somewhere that's new as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice to have it. It's all fresh, except for I'm like with the children, don't touch the walls, don't touch this, don't touch the glass.
Says me living in a Tudor house. But anyway, there you go. So what have you done this week? Apart from move.
Glad you've been listening to my...
Actually, there's one other thing I did this week. I'm going to talk about me now. There's one other thing I did this week, and that was I had some hair extensions. My hair looked thick.
You've had the busiest week. Like most people do like one of these things.
Everything. No,
eyelashes.
I had my lashes done as well, yeah. There's a lovely girl actually in... a lovely girl. I don't know if you want me to tell you who she is or not, but she's a lovely girl in
Portman Square.
Welbeck Street.
Oh, I thought it was Portman Square.
No, she's moved. So she's in Welbeck Street. She's in 30 Welbeck Street, and she's incredible. Her name's Anna, and she does the most incredible eyelashes using this UV light.
Oh yeah,
Have you had
I've
it?
never had it, but I've seen it.
I've had them before, and actually my eyes get really puffy and stingy with the glue. This UV light definitely works for me. And I think
They look really natural.
Do they? I
Yeah.
think they're a bit big this time. She's done them before, and they're even more natural. But it's not. It just makes makeup so easy because you're half made up, aren't
Yeah.
you? And I just put a bit of eyeshadow and things around it, and it's incredible. It's done. Then when I had my nails done and hair extensions. So the lovely Becky did these for me, and it's great because I just have a few here and a few here. Haven't had them for months and months, and
I'm
Arm
surprised.
hasn't even noticed. My husband hasn't even noticed yet.
I'm very surprised you've still got them in, because normally you have them in and the next day you're like, right, take them out. Had enough of these.
Well, but now I've sussed it. Well, she sussed it for me. Becky was great because I can lay on the back of my head. There's nothing there at all. And they're just here. And actually, they're so fine. I don't really feel them. It takes a bit of getting used to, I find, because obviously I'm not a hairdresser. So I find it a bit of getting used to with the styling and washing. But I think they make a huge difference. Do you?
They just give you that bit of volume, don't they?
Yeah, very few. My hair's so fine. It's got so fine.
They look lovely.
Yeah, thank you. I'm pleased with them. So, yeah, it's been a busy week.
So, beauty trends around the world.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
So, I saw a while ago a TV show with Simon Reeves, and he visited a tribe in Zambia, and they knocked out the two front teeth, so it made like a curve.
Attractive.
But that was a sign of beauty. It's like a coming of age, and that was a sign of beauty. It was the most horrendous thing. They had stones, and they were knocking their teeth out.
God, what a pain.
It was awful to watch, but that was the sign of beauty.
But that's interesting because actually, in the first sort of in around about 1900s, 1910, whatever, fathers used to pay to have their daughters' teeth removed before they got married because it was going to cost the husband so much money if they got toothache and had to go to the dentist. So a lot of brides would have their teeth taken out. Horrible.
You need to do an impression of it.
Awful for them. But anyway, going back to that, it's really interesting because for years I've wanted to write a book about beauty around the world because I find it so interesting. Because we've got so many patients from different nations and globally, we see so many different people who want different things. And what I've always found really interesting, probably for me the most interesting thing, is that I've spent my life trying to get a suntan because I've got this horrible sort of white see-through skin that looks pasty. And I've spent my life trying every fake tan on the market, laying under sunbeds, getting suntan. Obviously I haven't done that since you were born. Not been time, but I've just looked after my skin. But now I find a lot of Asian people want to have very, very light skin.
Yeah.
Very, very light. South Asian people, Asian people, they want their skin to be lighter, and the lighter they are, the more beautiful they think you are. Whereas with Caucasian people, I say Scandinavia, UK definitely, people want a tan because we feel that we look better with a tan.
Yeah.
I think really it was Coco Chanel who started a tan for us. She liked to have a tan.
Did she like a tan?
Whereas it was considered that if you had a tan, that you were somebody that was very working class, you were working in the fields, and that you were, you weren't of any kind of stature in society. So I often say to girls that come in and say, I want my skin to look lighter. And I say, well, we don't lighten the skin. We'll help you get an even skin tone. So one tone, whichever tone that is, your natural tone. And that's why we use the Visio analysis machine. It shows you your natural tone. But we won't lighten the skin because I don't think ethically it's right. But then I love slapping on a bit of fake tan. Is that ethically right? I don't know. What is the difference between us wanting to have a tan, a really bronze tan, we feel that we look great, and somebody saying they want their skin lighter?
I was very surprised how many people call up and that come in just for whitening, really want it whitened. Yeah. And I just think I can understand, like, when you've got pigmentation and it's...
Definitely.
You want to even it out.
Yeah, definitely.
But for the whole body, people come in, they say, I just want to lighten my whole body.
Yeah.
And we want...
Because it's seen as a sign of beauty. And so it's interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. And I think I know from talking to Arma, who was born in Pakistan, and he would say that, I don't know what it's like now, but certainly when he was younger, he was saying that a beautiful girl with dark skin was not considered as beautiful as a less attractive girl with lighter skin.
Really?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really is crazy. I do really think that you should embrace your skin tone. And I'm trying to. I haven't used a fake tan wipe or anything.
I know, you haven't, have you? Why?
No. For the last sort of 6 or 9 months, I've been trying to embrace my natural colour because I'm so aware of people coming and saying, I want to be lighter, I want to be this, I want to be that. And I've spoken to them and I say, well, it's no different to me. I want a tan. You've got the most gorgeous coloured skin.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want it?
But it's normally come from comments from
other people,
hasn't it? Or,
Yeah, I'm sure people have called me pasty before. Hello, pasty.
So glass skin and glass hair
Yes.
are very big, aren't they, from Korea?
Yes, they are. But a lot of people come in and want glass skin. A lot of people say, how do you do it? They want this very shiny, no pores, flawless, very shiny skin. But on the other side of that, you do get people who come in and say, I don't want to look shiny.
Yeah.
So, for instance, we've got a product called Hydro Boost, which gives you that glow, which I like. Actually, Grandma loved to glow, didn't she?
She loved to glow.
But then I get women coming and say, I didn't like that. I like to look matte.
Yeah. I think I'd say it's a younger trend, isn't it? The glass
skin.
Would you or not?
Yes, I would. And I think it's swept. I mean, a lot of cosmetic companies or skincare companies are making a huge amount of money from producing these products they call glass skin and full glass skin. So what is glass skin? Do you know what glass skin is?
What is glass skin?
So glass skin is this very shiny skin, very flawless and shiny skin. So the products, there's a whole lot of Korean products coming into the UK.
It's flooded with Korean beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're looking, so glass skin is very pale, very clear, and very shiny.
Yeah.
And so the products that are coming in, people that have got problems with hyperpigmentation. So hyperpigmentation goes across the board with skin tone. You get a lot of hyperpigmentation with black skin from marks, from acne marks, rubbing marks. So if you think about skin, if you've got very dark skin and you get any inflammation in your skin, you'll get a dark mark. If you've got very white skin and I get inflammation, I get a purple mark. So anywhere between the purple and the dark mark, people are wanting to clear their skin. So a lot of skin, black skin, Asian skin, Chinese skin, which is also South Asian, I think, isn't it? All want to have this really clear, lighter skin.
Yeah.
And the Koreans are playing to that, really, with products that actually suppress the melanin production. Now, what you have to be really careful with is what you're using, because I see a lot of people with skin problems, particularly hyperpigmentation and acne. You see people that have bought products from all over the world, don't know what's in it, use it, and it gives them more pigmentation issues. So you do have to be really careful what you're using.
Of course.
But let's get back to beauty around the world.
Yes.
So the other huge thing, let's start at home, actually, with the UK market. And the younger people, boys and girls, it's not just females, want this really clipped jaw, snatched jawline. Yes?
Yes. The Kayan Lawi, I think I'm saying it right, they lengthen their necks with brass coils.
I'd be quite good there because I've got quite a long
I think
neck anyway.
I've got a very
quite a long neck.
Freddie always says I've got such a long neck.
My grandmother used to say you've got a swan-like neck. I'm not sure if it's been polite.
But you see them, don't you? They have like these big coils all the way
and
up.
Apparently, if they take them off, they can't support their head.
Do you actually know that as a fact?
I think so. That's what Arma told me. That's what
Or you're just making that up. They just flop over. Oh, I hurt my neck.
No, I think it's true. I wonder what happens. But actually, we should look into this more, because what happens? The vertebrae must.
It must
stretch.
be quite uncomfortable.
I'm going to find out about that. Yeah, it must be very uncomfortable. What about these big holes in the ears? These massive, and in the lips.
And the lips, yeah.
And the lips. Now, that's attractive, isn't it? So
is it?
Not it is to them.
Yeah, in their culture.
I mean, we have also seen a lot of boys and girls come in with hugely stretched earlobes, where they've got these big.
What are they called?
I suppose this must come from the same thing as this lip thing.
Yeah.
And then they get to an age where they think, actually, I don't like this, and we have to cut it all around it and stitch it back together.
But in that country, that's
beauty.
beautiful to them, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you say it's interesting, isn't it?
No, it's
Probably look at
interesting. That's what I
us.
mean. Crazy. It's interesting that for something we would be like, we want to close the whole up.
Do they look at us and think, what ugly lips they've got?
Probably.
Probably. And what about the binding of feet in China? I know that's finished, but that somebody somewhere, and I think I've read about this anyway, probably an emperor, who said, girls' little tiny feet are really lovely. But what an awful thing to do to a child.
To bind that's horrific,
so
isn't
they couldn't
it?
walk properly. What do you think about the wooden lip plates then in women's lower lip?
Sorry.
What do you think about it?
About what?
The wooden lip plate. I mean, how would you drink properly? Does it affect when you're eating and drinking?
So it's a plate they put in?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I want to talk about, really, for me, about the trends that I think, the trends are very different around the world, but there are some trends that I think actually do look very, very nice. And I do think that in recent couple of years, I've met a lot of girls from Russia and Ukraine and Slavic areas, and actually they are very, very beautiful. Firstly, they're very beautiful in their stature, the way they dress, the way they look after themselves. Most of them seem to have the most incredible legs.
Yeah.
Of which they show off, and good luck to you and keep doing it, because I think, well, you've got it, flaunt it. But they do take care of themselves. They do like this very high cheekbone look, and they do look quite big lips. But what I really like about those girls is they really look after themselves. They're manicured to within an inch of their life. Everything about them is absolutely perfect. And I think that's great.
I think what I don't like is the cat eye.
I don't like people who come in and say, can I have an operation to have cat eyes? I think any trend like that you should never, ever do.
And I asked Mr. Combo, we were all the girls at reception were talking to him. And we said, one of the girls said, what about cat eye? And he said, I don't like to do that because it doesn't last.
I agree with him as well.
And it's a trend and it doesn't suit everyone.
No, and I think he's absolutely right. And I think as aesthetic clinics and doctors, surgeons that we work with, we should only do things that are ethical.
Yeah.
And we should only do things that are going to enhance somebody, but not actually change them for a trend and a whim. So fox eye is the same really as cat eye, isn't it? That was a huge thing, wasn't it?
And it changes your face so much, doesn't it?
But when I first started in this industry and people were having their lips done, there was a trend to put a thread through the lip. And people would have this thread actually inserted into the lip and it caused all sorts of problems. It come out different ends. Another thing they were doing was cutting around the lips to make the lips bigger. So, which I think is another awful trend.
What, cutting around the border?
They'd cut around the vermilion border and stitch it back to give a sort of, like that look. Yeah, but people were having it done.
Yeah.
So there have always been trends.
Yeah, and there always will be. But I think it's just...
But what about those South American girls? I mean, they know how to do it, don't they?
Yeah, BBLs.
Well, they spend so much time on the beach. So it's not just about the BBL, it's the boobs, it's the liposuction,
The curves,
But if I spent most of my time on the beach in a teeny-weeny polka dot bikini, I'd probably quite like to be plumped up and sucked in wherever I could get.
But what is that? So Brazil, is that big
I think it's
curves,
South America, but
isn't it?
Brazil, we get a lot of South American patients, and they're very used to surgery, and they know a lot about it. And some of the finest surgery in the world is done in Brazil. So there are some fantastic Brazilian surgeons, and but as I say, it's all down to where you are in the world, isn't it? If you were in a bikini on the beach most of your life, wouldn't you worry about your body?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank God I'm not.
Thank God I'm not. It wouldn't last 5 minutes. But I think a lot of these trends, there are some very silly trends. And I think, as I always say, it's down to us to say to people, we don't do this because, and give them the reasons why. But there's a lot of trends that you can see why the trends are going on. So I can see why the Brazilians and South Americans all look fantastic in a bikini, because that's where they are most of the time, And I like, as I said to you, I like the fact that a lot of these girls from Russia, Ukraine, Eastern Europe really look after themselves. I think it's nice. I think it shows a pride in yourself to look, worry about the way you look. And I absolutely condone it. I love it. Guys, I just want to do two more beauty around the world. And that is that, as I've said to you, I have a lot of clients from Hong Kong and China, and beautiful, beautiful girls that come in. They want this very V-shaped face still, very V-shaped. They want no fat here. They want all the fat taken out from here. Their face shaped like this, and they do look beautiful. I mean, they've got beautiful faces anyway, and they want double eyelid surgery where they have the top eyelid taken away so that their eyes are more European. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, they're beautiful girls anyway, but I guess you also have to appreciate that you've got to actually say if somebody wants something and it's not ridiculous, then that's up to them to do.
And it bothers them. And it's going to make them feel more confident. It's like any surgery you have, isn't it? If it gives you confidence. And
the other thing that's absolutely massive now, I know we've touched on this before, is penile extensions.
You're obsessed.
No. I would. Well, the first one we ever did was a long time ago, and Dr. Carr won't let me even go in and see it being done. I don't know what they do.
Why do you want to?
It's interesting, isn't it?
That's a lot of fat transfer, though, wasn't it? Or not?
No, that was a filler.
Was that
at
a
the time?
filler?
That was a filler. But we do fat transfer, right? But that is another huge beauty from around the world thing that certain cultures want.
Okay, so we've got some viewers' questions.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I love a viewer's question.
So, snail slime, bird poo and bee venom. Why do people keep putting this stuff on their faces?
Well, mostly because they're stupid. I mean, who put bird poo? Bird poo on your face? That's ridiculous. I've written about this before. Stupid. Slime, snail slime. I mean, it's processed. There's no slime probably left in there by the time it's processed. But it is supposed to, and I can remember when it very first became a trend, and it was because this is what it was said at the time, that people that were processing the escargot noticed that if they cut their hands on the shells, when they were coming out, they would very quickly heal from the slime, and that's why they made it into a cream. I've tried it, can't say I thought it was incredible, but maybe it wasn't right for my skin. I'm sure there are some incredible ones out there. We'll have to try some. Bee venom. Well, I mean, that's usually for the lips, isn't it? We did actually do a documentary on snake venom. And there was a guy he kept snakes to give himself a little venom shock to keep him younger. And we actually did his telomeres, which are little things you've got in your body. They get shorter as you age. These little telomeres floating around. And there was absolutely no evidence to say that he was younger from doing that at all. Bee venom, that's because they want to make their bee sting lips, isn't it? Yeah.
I'd be worried I'd have a reaction.
Well, that is a possibility, isn't it? But is it pure bee venom? Nobody's going to get a bee and sting their lips, are they? So
who knows these days? Who knows?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so in Brazil, body contouring is huge. Why is body shape such a national obsession there?
It's the beaches. Not the bitches, the beaches.
It's the beaches.
It's because they're always out with very few clothes on. And they look incredible. Good. Lucky them.
What are the riskiest beauty trends you've seen internationally?
I think the most stupidest trends are the fox eye, the cat eye, things like that, BBLs. I mean, BBLs, horrific. I mean, a girl died, didn't she, from going to somebody who wasn't fully qualified and having something awful injected
Liquid
into her.
BBLs,
Yeah. So, I mean, when I was young, we used to stand by the mirror going, does my bum look big in this? Do I look, fat? But now, girls want this really large bottom, but where does it come from?
My boyfriend told me my acne is cute. I said, so is his hair loss. We're no longer speaking. Help.
Well, you're both a bit stupid, aren't you? I found out a long time ago, you never point out somebody's faults or anything that's lacking in them. It's very unkind. It's unnecessary. And if you're with somebody and you love them, or you're fond of them even, why are you pointing out their bad points?
Yeah, I hate that when people point out bad. There's no need, is there?
No, why would you say to somebody, I don't like this or that about you? Just go.
Is it true that some countries use stem cell or placenta-based facials, and do they work?
Yes, they do. And do they work? Well, I suspect they probably do. And, with our whole skincare industry has taken about 30 years to get back to where it was, because, for instance, when my husband was, I think in 86, when he was in hospitals, big pharmaceutical companies would come to hospitals and take away all the placentas, and what they would do is they'd use the placenta in creams because they were taking the human growth factors. But the Human Tissue Act, I think, stopped it in about 86, 88, something like that. And it's taken a long, long time for us to be able to reproduce creams as good as we had then with recombinant human growth factors. And in fact, my granny, and if you speak to anyone my age, they say my granny, she was 80, 90, she didn't have a line on her face. And that's because the creams they were using actually had human growth factors in them.
Really?
Yes. So my granny used oil of Olay. It's Olay.
Yeah.
Is it Olay?
Olay,
It used to be called oil of Olay. And it was in a pink glass bottle like this, and she used a few little drops on her face. And her skin was absolutely beautiful. It had a lovely little perfume as well. And her skin was beautiful. So I think we've come a long way in the last 30 years, and people don't realise that. Things are much more scientific now, and we have really progressed with our ingredients that we were using naturally before. Are big lips still in everywhere, or has the trend moved on globally?
I think there definitely is still the Russian lips.
There's
We
still-
don't do it, but a lot of girls still have it, don't they?
Yeah. See, I think people are going more natural.
I think people are ditching the filler. That's a
Ditching the filler,
huge
going for
thing,
natural
isn't
filler.
it? And dissolving everything.
Yeah.
But then they dissolve everything, then start again, just very subtly.
I caught my husband using my £150 serum as hand wash. His divorce too extreme. It's definitely on the cards.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely on the cards. Well, keep your serum much more
You're answering your own
stored.
questions now.
I'm answering my own questions again. What was you? Be careful. If you're paying £150 for a serum, make sure you look after it.
Lock it
better.
away.
Why do Asian skincare routines have so many steps?
I don't know. You can answer your own question.
I actually think it's unnecessary, to be honest with you, to have so many steps. And I think very few people have got enough time to go through a 6-7 step routine twice a day. So I tend to say to people, do your routine in the morning, have your quick routine in the morning, do your long routine at night, because that's when your skin repairs itself. But also remember that don't leave it until you're about to go to bed when you're so tired. Do your routine. If you're staying home, do it after dinner or when you're bathing the children, but do it before you get really tired. So I do my routine if I'm not going out. Then when I do my routine when I get in, that's very rare.
Which is never.
Very rare. I always do a routine, but that's the most important time to do your big routine at night.
I do mine when the kids are in the bath.
6, 7, I think that's a bit, it's too much. I get combination creams, get creams that do 2 or 3 different things, antioxidants, I shouldn't say this because a lot of people will hate me saying this, but I think a day cream with an SPF in is great if you're busy, because at least you're putting some SPF on. And I do wonder, do some manufacturers do a day cream plus an SPF because they want you to buy 2 products, Got to be said, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Why do some people still swear by DIY treatments like rice water or turmeric water? Because you're a great natural...
I think because they work. There's a
They do.
reason.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a reason
Agree.
why rose tonics, rose oil, all these things.
Rose water's fabulous. And witch hazel.
Toner.
Witch hazel is a toner. Absolutely fantastic. So inexpensive.
Just whip it up at home.
So inexpensive. Yeah.
And you know exactly what's in it.
Yeah.
There's no added things.
Your
don't
column
know.
investor's usually always about
Naturals.
homemade products,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
love a natural, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. And I love growing things in the garden for you and on my vegetable garden to give you to use.
And all the herbs, I love it.
Herbs. My honey. My honey this year
honey's
is
amazing.
phenomenal, isn't it? What's the most advanced beauty technology you've seen abroad that isn't in the UK yet? I haven't, I'm afraid. I think that there are lots of places in the world that are far advanced to us. And I think 20 years ago, States is far advanced. I think that Israel has some fantastic technology. There's technology coming from Korea, but I think we're pretty good in the UK. Our technology here is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I always try to buy British if I can. And if I was American, I'd probably try to buy American because I'm very patriotic and I think you need to support your own economy. But I think we've got some fantastic technology here.
30s versus 70s. Would you have your 2 front teeth knocked out?
Absolutely not, no.
Would you have the plate put in?
Absolutely not, no.
Why not?
Because I prefer my face like this. And I'm sure if you took those lovely women here and said, live here, would you like to look like this? And they would say, no, I wouldn't like to look like her at all. I love what I have got.
Yeah. What about the neck, the coils around your neck?
Absolutely not. No, I get claustrophobic. If the children put their hands around my neck, I would scream.
You do, don't you? You hate that.
I've got this theory that I was actually murdered in a previous life, probably by my husband, for talking too much. Because somebody puts their hands around my neck, I get really...
I know, you get freaked out.
Freaked out, yeah. Even the children do it. Josephine came up behind me recently, put her hands around my neck, and I was like, oh.
I know, I said to her, no, Mum doesn't like that.
No, Mum doesn't like that at all.
And have you actually had your feet bound? You've got really cute, tiny feet.
Absolutely not. No, I haven't got cute, tiny feet. They're very wide, my feet. That's why I wear cowboy boots a lot of the time. I've got a silver pair, you know.
Do you remember about me with my feet? I used to lie about the size.
Yes, which was stupid, wasn't it? Hello, I'm going to get you a pair of shoes. What size are you? I sussed it out in the end. Would you have your feet bound? Why would you want to be crippled?
I don't know. I think when you're tall, you don't want to, it's nice for boys to be tall.
You're so lucky.
No, now I like it, but growing up I didn't. I was very so I wanted to have everything small. I used to try and I actually looked up, when people have their legs broken to be short. And you hate something. I was like, no, you can't do that.
I mean, can we talk about what your son said to me about my height recently?
No, not on here, no.
He thinks I'm stunted in growth. I said, no, Freddie, you've just got very tall parents, that's all.
Well, yes.
Now, wasn't there a question your mother-in-law wanted to ask me?
Yes. So, my lovely mother-in-law wanted to know what she can do for zippy lips.
Zippy lips, I love
zippy
that term.
lips.
I've never heard that.
And I was like, zippy, what do you mean? And she was like, I'm having a sipping my wine.
Well, Donna, probably too many cocktails. I've got it too, and I've never smoked, and I know you haven't. And it's just part of ageing, and it is absolutely horrible, I know. A very good trick is to buy a lip cream. There's a fabulous lip cream, Gemarini Lips. It's fantastic.
Oh, Siesta
Lips. Absolutely incredible product. It's vitamin C. And you rub it on your lips, but you rub it really quite firmly, but you go over this top part here and you rub, and it does plump it up a bit. The other thing is a really great eye cream. So Sophie's got a lovely eye cream called Blef. If you put that over the whole area and rub it profusely twice a day, that will help. Or you can do some treatment like peptides, ABG peptides, great treatment. And you have little tiny injections all across the top. What it does is it makes the skin firmer, produces collagen, makes it look younger, turns back time. You need to we need to do the injections a week apart or 2 weeks apart for 4 treatments, but they really do improve.
They really do.
We have actually just started a treatment with it because a lot of people are needle phobic. And let's be honest, it hurts around your lips.
It's a really sensitive area,
Even
isn't
if you've got anaesthetic, it hurts. There's a new treatment called Plason, P-A-S-O-N. And what it does is it pushes in products without making any holes in your skin. So it uses a technology that just opens the pores, really. Opens the channels. Yeah. And you put the product on and just go over it. No pain.
But you can't drink afterwards because everything will just stain and go in.
Yes, and you have to drink through a straw. Zippy lips. That's the one for you and that's the one for me.
Okay, so we're going to get you booked in for your front teeth removal. Get my feet bound.
I don't think so.
Thank you for watching Next in Line. We'll see you next week.